In this video, I'll break down the golden fishing rod in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'll explain how to get it, how long you have to wait, what it does, and most importantly, is it worth it? People of the internet, Retro Raconteur here, and welcome to another Animal Crossing New Horizons video. If we're meeting for the first time, I'm just a dad who loves games and the stories they tell. We post videos every week here on YouTube, and today we're talking all about the golden fishing rod in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So there's actually two ways to get a golden fishing rod. One way is really easy, and the other way takes a lot more time, but will ultimately be better for you in the long run. The easy way is through gifting or trading. That's right, you can have a friend who's already unlocked the golden rod send one straight to your mailbox. Alternatively, you could also trade for one through some of the Animal Crossing Discord groups such as Nookazon. There are some significant downsides to this, however. You see, if you're just gifted the item, you won't actually receive the recipe, which means when your golden rod eventually breaks, and yes, they really do break, but more on that in a second, but when it does break, you won't be able to make another to replace it, so you'd be right back to where you started. That being said, there is another downside to receiving golden tools as gifts. First, you won't actually be working for and earning the golden rod how the game intended. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad the gifting option is there, especially for younger kids who may not be able to play during the hours required to actually unlock the rod in-game. But I actually had someone gift me a golden axe without me even asking, might I add, and while it was an awesome gift, it definitely took that sense of achievement away from actually earning the reward. So if you only want the golden fishing rod, then by all means, trade for it, find a friend who will give it to you. But if you want that sense of achievement, then you'll want to stay tuned. Maybe it's just me, who knows, but I actually love working towards in-game goals. This is absolutely one of those things that's entirely up to you, though. Okay, so how do you unlock it for real? The second way of unlocking the golden rod, and what most would say is the true way of doing it, you have to catch every fish in the game. That's right, every single fish. Now that we're right around the 1-year mark of Animal Crossing's launch, that means that both Northern and Southern Hemisphere players have now had a chance to catch every fish in the game without time travel. One important note here regarding the golden rod is that you do not have to turn the fish into the museum. Personally, I always turn my first catch of each fish into the museum anyway, but if you're someone who doesn't bother with the museum, then
what's wrong with you?
I'm kidding. Regardless, turning a fish into the museum is not a requirement. You just have to make sure that each fish shows up in your Critterpedia. Using the Critterpedia makes it very easy to check and see how many fish you still need. From there, I'd recommend using the Animal Crossing wiki page or a mobile app such as acnh.guide. Seriously, awesome app. Check it out. If you're new to the game, you should know that fish change with both the time of day and the current month of your island. There are even certain fish that can only be caught when it's raining or from the pier on your island. All of this information for each fish can be found on those sites I mentioned. I'll be sure and link them in the description as well. Important note here, you do not need to catch all of the deep sea creatures in order to receive the golden rod. It's fish only for this one. Once you catch your final fish though, well, you'll receive a fun little message in-game, which I won't spoil here, but for me, after that, it was a little unclear how I actually get the golden rod. And even digging around online, I couldn't really find an exact answer to what I was looking for. It's part of the reason I made this video here. Once you catch all the fish, what do you do from there? Luckily, the solution is rather simple. For me, I just needed to wait until the next day, and then inside my mailbox, I found this special letter from the Faraway Museum. Again, you still don't have to turn the fish into the museum. They congratulated me on catching every fish, and inside was the recipe for the golden fishing rod. From there, go to your nearest crafting bench and you can immediately craft the rod, which requires one standard fishing rod and one gold nugget to craft. So there you have it. Your reward for catching every fish in the game is the golden fishing rod. But is it really worth all that time invested? There's pros and cons here. On the positive side, you have a specially colored tool that shows just how much of a dedicated fisherman you are, and golden tools are the most durable in the game. However, they actually do have a set lifespan and will eventually break. They do last quite a long time, and my golden rod has yet to break. I can't say for certain, but I've seen reports online that you can get as many as 200 uses out of the golden tools. If any of you out there know the exact amount, let everyone know down in the comments below. I'd love to know if there's been an actual number confirmed for how many times you can use the golden fishing rod. For me, I wish the golden tools were unbreakable, but I certainly don't regret going for it. The truth is, I would have wanted to catch all the fish anyway, even if it was just a check mark in my Nook app. So I just see the golden rod as kind of like a visual indicator of the achievement that I completed. If you're new to Animal Crossing New Horizons, I have a full beginner's playlist here on the right side of the screen. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.